Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, Biafrans. Ndị Igbo ekenekwa m ụnụ nke onye ọbụla chiri ya zelekwa ana m ekenekwa ụnụ. Ụnụ afụgonu topic ka anyị kụdobere egwu. But ị na-abata, ọ bụrụ na ị na-abata biko just make sure na ị na-share. Need a share. Then I get below the Nadehana. Make sure need a share. In a bata in a share. I get below Badahana. And below Badahana. And Cabin Kanye. Nke a bụ nke anyị. A ga-eji aka gbasa ozi nke anyị n'onwe anyị. Na ndị emene anyị emego ha anyị ihe ka anyị were aka anyị gbasa ozi nke anyị. Ndị be anyị. This is our own. Let's spread the gospel by ourselves. 1 minute. Going to spread this gospel by ourselves. Make sure you share. Can do also better. Ka ibido. Biko ina bata ina share. So that ka we ke manite. But share because share ka anyị nwee ike ibido. Nke a bụ nke anyị, anyị ga-eji aka anyị na-agbasa ozi nke anyị. Ndị emene anyị ihe. Emego ha anyị ihe. Anyị wee n'aka anyị gbasa ozi nke anyị. 1960, 1967 to 70. Sọsọ ndị ọzọ bụ gbasara anyị ozi. Anyị amadara enwedara onye gbasara anyị ozi in short. Because ọ bụrụ na enwe gbasara anyị ozi. If somebody have spread our gospel 1967 to 70, we will not be where we are today. So let's do it by ourselves. Nke a bụ nke anyị. Ị na-abata ị na-agbasa ozi. Nke a bụ nke anyị. Anyị eji aka agbasa ozi anyị n'onwe anyị. Anụ na-afụgo topic. Na mmemeghe line mgbe adịghị anya. Mana anyị ji bụ ụzọ. Wee nye unu my own definition today. Amebu ụzọ gwuo n'ihe IPOB meanụrụ to ndị Igbo or to Biafrans. And I'm a mega line ọ bụ na ndị fancha nke m so that ndị be anyị abata onye chọ ịbata onye chọ ịkpọ ọkpọ na nọmba ha dị ebe ahụ. Wee gosi anyị wee gwa anyị ihe ọ ghọtara ihe IPOB meanụrụ to nyanwa to ndị be anyị ndị Biafra. So you tell us what IPOB means to you or what IPOB means to Biafrans. So that is what we are going to do today. Because I've been thinking about this a very long time ago. I asked many people questions. They don't even know what IPOB means. They don't know what IPOB means. And this is IPOB under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. It's only one IPOB that we have, of course. We only have one IPOB. So today you're going to call. That's what we are going to use to open this today. After my definition, you're going to call and define it. So, 1 minute. Iya kpọ define ole anyị. Define ole anyị. Ọ na-ewe n'iwe na m na-abịa. So, I ga ebido oge adịghị ha biko share ka ndị mmadụ bata. Anyị ga-ebido n'oge adịghị anya. Okay, let's ka anyị kpọọ n'obere egwu n'ọnụ wee kee mmụọ ndị be anyị. A wee kpọlite mmụọ ndị be anyị. Akpọ obere egwu dee na anyị ebido. Otu aka ọ dị. Sound ọ na-apụta? Biko sound ọ na-apụtakwa ebe ahụ? Ahụ na sound na-apụta. Ime ka mmadụ. Just tell them yes, now when I sound, hold them now. I am on our YouTube, I am on our Twitter, I am on our Facebook. We are on YouTube, Facebook, Twitter. Let's use our cameras to tell our stories to the world. And today, actually, can I define IPOB? It was my IPOB. I'm a Maryland brother. I'll open the line and we start defining. Mana ka anyị gbagodo egwu a. Mukanyo. Otu aka ọ dị. Yeah, but yeah. We will soon start. Define IPOB in your own words. I ask so many people, what is IPOB? Pretty much a lot of people cannot define IPOB. Go to a call. Go to a call. We are going to define IPOB today. After I define it, you can define it your own way. Once we start. Is my voice coming out? Let me know if my voice is coming out. Just put a comment on the section. We are live on YouTube. We are live on Twitter. We are live on Facebook. Let's tell our story by ourselves. Go to a card. Okay, Zona. We will tell our story by ourselves in the Biafra. Go to a card. Bonkani. Iko bambo shi ana ibada ka ndị ọzọ na-abatakwa. Ka anyị wee bido ịgbasa ozi a. I know live na Twitter. I know live on Facebook. I know live on which one? Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. I know live. We are live on Facebook. We are live on Twitter. We are live on YouTube. And what we are going to do today is just defining what IPOB means to Igbo. What IPOB means to Biafrans. You can tell it in your own words, or even define what it means to your own people. I'm sure IPOB is everywhere. Okay. Woo! Ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike. Otu a ka ọ dị. Biafra bụ anyụ ike na-awa nkụsiri ike. Otu a ka ọ dị. Anyụ ike.
Anyị agwago ndị Naịjirịa ga-eme ya n'udo, mana va jụziri ajụ. Va chọrọ ka abụbụ ugwu. Ụbọchị anyị ga-abụ ugwu n'ụwa, aga m afụ ife va ga-abụta. Chukwu nyere ndị Izrel nke na nlandị na va nazili jekwochili. Etu a ka o si nye ụmụ Igbo Biafra, anyị ga-ana n'ụwa jekwochili.
Otu a ka ọ dị.
Onye ndị Yoruba Oduduwa, va ga-anazi n'ụwa jekwochili. Onye ndị Hausa Arịwa, va ga-anazi n'ụwa jekwochili.
Otu a ka ọ dị.
Ada bụ onye Naịjirịa bụ ife na-eme Naịjirịa bụ omume. Ebe ọ bụ na o kwerozi anyị n'ụwa, onye ọbụla ga-anabazi.
Onye ọbụla ya anada. Lee ihe ọzọ. Yes. Mgbachinara ka anyị bido. No set to go. Yeah. Ana m ajụtụ ndị mmadụ. I ask people, what is IPOB? What do you understand? What does IPOB mean to you? What does IPOB mean to Biafran people, especially in Igbo or Biafrans? I'm going to give my own definition, and I'm not going to define it like most people usually do. If you ask most people, some people will hardly tell you the actual meaning that it is the indigenous people of Biafra. But I'm not going to define it that way today. So I'm going to tell you, I'm going to give my own definition of IPOB. So IPOB is a peaceful organization. IPOB is the eye that Ndi Igbo used to see, the nose that Ndi Igbo used to breathe, the mouth that Ndi Igbo used to talk, the leg that Ndi Igbo used to waka, and the hand that Ndi Igbo used to do things. Even I can define it as the stomach that Ndi Igbo used to eat. That's my definition of IPOB. And I will give some clarification in terms of how Biafrans is using IPOB to see. If you look at this world today, you see that IPOB is scattered all over the world. IPOB under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. There is no place in this universe that you will go that you will not see IPOB. So IPOB sees the whole world at the same time, which if you ask most of our people, they don't know what they have in IPOB. I can even give you more definition. IPOB is like a giant tree. IPOB carry ukwu, but I'll come to that in the end of my definition. So, but I'm telling you, IPOB is like the eye that Ndi Igbo used to see all over the world, right? So without IPOB, our people will not see much, because we would, during the 1967, 1970, our people did not cover most part of the world because they have not scattered. They have not been pursued out of our land. A pursue behanye with farming and with whatever they have used, with bad policies that devastated the land. So IPOB in those days, during the 1960s, did not scatter all over the world. There might be few in Britain, but today IPOB is all over the world. So I define that as the eye that Biafran people used to see. So when you have eye, you can see, right? Okay. Now, I also talk about the leg that Biafran people used to walk. I define IPOB as the leg of Biafran people because IPOB can cover the whole world at a time. So if IPOB says today there will be protests the whole world, before you know it, there will be protests the whole world. So for that reason, IPOB is the leg that Ndi Igbo or Biafra use to go everywhere. Because if you look at it this way, if it's not for IPOB, who would have gone to all these places and protest about the humiliation of Ndi Igbo or humiliation of Biafrans? It's only because of IPOB that makes it happen, that complain about the humiliation of our people, all the things that are being done to our people. IPOB is the only one that championing the whole world. And IPOB under Mazen Namdeka, because that's the only one. Only one. So IPOB is that leg that our people used to walk in all those, the whole world. So without IPOB, how would our people go to the whole world and deliver their message? I don't think it was going to be possible, just like it wasn't during 1967 to 1970. So I thought I'm going to give this teaching to our people so that they will understand what IPOB means to them or to us, Biafran people. Because each time I ask somebody, what is IPOB, they take IPOB, I don't know how they are regarding it. IPOB is the highest organization in mankind as of today. I haven't even given you that, right? Is the biggest organization in the whole world as at today. So that is a plus to Ndi Igbo or to Biafrans, to have the highest mass movement in the whole world. But I'm not going to, this definition might be familiar to us. So, but let me give you again, tell you, I have given you, it is the eye, because we seize the whole world when we want to see it. We use our leg, we walk to the whole city where we want to go. If we want to go to government houses in the whole world, we walk to them. If IPOB says today that the whole government of the world will see us, it will happen, because IPOB is the only leg that makes that to happen. But before, by 1967, this wasn't possible. You cannot say that Biafran people can walk to the whole government of the world, or even come on delivering a message to the whole world. We couldn't do it at that time. But today it's possible, only via IPOB. So now, I say again that IPOB is the nose that our people used to breathe. Now, let's look at it this way again. If not for IPOB, our people would have been wiped out by our enemies, the British and the Fulanis, at the same time. When they are descending on our people, it's only IPOB that come up and they run away. That's the only thing that fears them. So if not for IPOB, are you going to tell me how would have Igbo or Biafrans deal with the situation that is before them if not for IPOB? So when I say it is the nose that our people used to breathe, so it is that life that still remains in our people today is IPOB, because IPOB is the one that keep our people living, right? Breathing, right? That's why I define IPOB as the nose that our people use to breathe, right? Okay, let's go to another one. IPOB is the mouth that our people used to talk. It's obvious, right? IPOB can deliver a message to the whole government of the world in one day, even in 1 minute, if possible. It's totally possible. IPOB is the only one that can do that, to deliver a message to the whole world under one time. So what have we not said? You understanding my definition? That IPOB is the eye that Igbo used to see, the nose that they used to breathe, Igbo used to breathe, the mouth that Igbo used to talk. Because without IPOB, you probably will be in one corner in Abia State or in Imo State or somewhere in the southern Benue or in anything, you will talk. But after you talk, most media will not publish it. BBC is not going to publish it. Vanguard is not going to publish it. Most media houses is not going to publish it. And channel television is not even going to say anything about it. You will just make that noise at your corner. And once you finish making protesting at your corner, nobody covered it. Nobody tell it to the world. Do we see what happened with the recent problem of Igbo and the Biafran in Sokoto? And immediately after that, no media has covered it. The Kano one happened. No media has covered. Of course, the BBC came out initially. And when BBC came out, they immediately tell us that it was gas, that there was a gas that exploded. They take it very common, right? So if not for IPOB that spread that gospel again, that says that this is not gas, that it is something else. It's a suicide bomber. It's only IPOB that says it. It's only IPOB that came out and tell the whole world what it was. If not for IPOB that tell the whole world what it is, it would have been buried, because you'll be at the corner of your room talking, saying whatever you're saying, but nobody publishes what you're saying. And that's why today, I actually came up that day. That was the day I said, I'm going to on this my camera. That day. Because I came up that day. That was the first day I on this my camera. Was it the first day? No, it wasn't the first day. But I came up immediately. When I heard that from the BBC, I came up immediately and I on this camera and I was telling the world that this is not a gas. I came on and I said it immediately. And that pushed me more to do what I'm doing today, because if not for our people that are spreading that, telling that it's not true, then the whole world would have said, oh yeah, it is just a gas, right? Everything died and nobody died. They said only 4 people lost their life. But they didn't say that the whole school building collapsed on top of our little children, on top of the children of Biafrans. They didn't say that, right? They didn't give all that details. They just says that gas exploded. So IPOB, let me not digress too much, as IPOB is that mouth that our people used to spread the gospel all over the world. If not for IPOB, it will be very difficult for individual Biafrans to tell their story from their individual homes in Biafra land. That's exactly what I want you to understand when I tell you that IPOB is the mouth that our people used to talk. But because of IPOB, this message was able to spread the whole world at the same time. So, and I also said that IPOB is the hand that our people use to do things, right? It is. It is. Because when the enemies descend to our people, it's only IPOB can challenge them, whether by boxing or by whatever. It's only IPOB that will be able to have the mobilization to challenge this situation that is rooming. Only IPOB. So when I say IPOB is the only hand that Igbo have, that Biafrans have, the only hand that Biafrans have, it is the only hand that Biafrans have. Because there's no any other capable organization in Biafra land or Igbo land that will be able to raise up a capable hand to work, to do work. There's none. Whether to work and feed our people, or to work and stop our enemies. It's only IPOB that can do that. So many a times, I wonder if our people know what they have in IPOB. But I have not given you all the definition, right? I also say it is the stomach that our people eat their food into. You know, animals, they carry food in their stomach, right? Just to keep them going. IPOB is the only that can do it for Igbo or Biafrans. Many a times, our people want to contribute money. I see the Igbo Union last time, just about 2 weeks ago, bringing an alarm about contributing money or bringing money in for emergency, that what they are seeing is no longer what they think is going to work. I saw that and I think, did our people understand what they have in IPOB? because IPOB under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu is the only bedlock that can carry food, maybe that food money, right? You have to put that food, because with the money, you can feed the whole Biafrans. With the money, you can defend the whole Biafra. IPOB can defend Igbo people with the money that is in their stomach. If IPOB become hungry, then our people will not be able to eat. Our people will be, we don't pray for that, but it will be very hard for our people. But if IPOB, if our people want to contribute money and put it in IPOB, in the stomach of IPOB, IPOB will not eat that food. IPOB will make sure that that food in the belly of IPOB will feed all Biafrans in the time of need. So if our people knows what they have in IPOB, knows that IPOB is indestructible. That's not kind of the key. IPOB is tried and tested. So with that alone, with this little two words, indestructible, tried, and tested, 3 words, right? At least you can know that if you put your money in IPOB to be able to defend your fatherland, and IPOB under Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, that's the only one I'm defining. That's the only IPOB I know. If you put your money in that place in order to be able to defend your fatherland, you know that that money will be utilized in the time that is mostly needed. IPOB is trusted in this section. So when our people is coming individually and say, oh, contribute us money, that money, how do we trust you to give you that money? How you are not tested. You are not tried. So it will be very hard to entrust such a huge amount of money and the risk, and such a huge risk into your hand as an individual, or as a few people, or as a town union, or as a community, whatever you call yourself. It's not going to work, because we are talking about security right there. If you put money to defend your land, you know that that money you put inside the stomach of IPOB is the only security that Biafran people have, which means if you didn't put money in the stomach of IPOB and IPOB is hungry, our people will not be hungry. Our people will not be fed. Our people will not get food in the time of need. Our people will not be taken care of. Our people will have numerous difficulties. But if that food is in the stomach of IPOB, like I define it, then in the time of need, you will see that IPOB will come up with that food. So that's why IPOB is tried and tested. And IPOB is indestructible. So if you cannot destroy IPOB, which nobody can, look at it that way. And this is the fear of our enemies, that nobody can destroy IPOB. Because once you destroy IPOB, you have destroyed Biafran people. So Biafra is IPOB, and IPOB is Biafra. That's another definition, right? IPOB is Biafra, and Biafra is IPOB. So we have defined IPOB as the stomach that Igbo used to carry food, right? So what have we not said about IPOB? Remember I said also it is a giant tree that gives shelter to Biafran people. So IPOB is like a mighty tree. Just imagine a mighty tree. I don't know how big a mighty tree is in your own imagination, but however big you imagine it, that is IPOB. So, and if you look at the work of giant tree, their work is numerous. One, they give shadow to people of Biafra, to Igbo. So it spread its branches, give shadow to the people of Biafra. And you know one thing about giant tree, you cannot cut it down. It will be totally impossible for you to cut it down. I remember when the Amici, they are doing a festival. I think it's once, I'm not sure if it's once in 20 years or if it's once in 10 years. I think it's once in 10 years. They will gather themselves together and go and pull down one giant tree. And the only way they do it is they will dig in the ground around the tree until that tree will fall. And this normally take a whole day, just to Ukwoji. Every 10 years in the Amish, they normally do that festival. They will dig one Ukwoji from the root. So, but it's not an easy task. Look at when the whole community descended on just one Ukwoji. So that's why our people, I don't think that our people knows what IPOB means to them. So if IPOB is not possible to just cut it down, don't you think that our people would have used IPOB as the umbrella for the whole Biafrans or the whole Igbo people? Like when IPOB was teaching, was calling our people all over the places for education, to enlighten them, to tell them what is going on, our people did not run under that umbrella. So because IPOB is a giant tree, our people would have run under that tree immediately as a shelter, as the umbrella, and they get protected. By now, the whole case would have been a different thing. But Biafran people usually have one character that you have to bring them orgy, you have to bring them mania, that is wine, you have to bring them kola nut, you have to bring them osoji and all that to beg them for what they're supposed to do for themselves. So if they have recognized IPOB as a giant tree that spreads its branches and cover the whole Biafran people, right? They would have run at once and come and get those salvation, those deliverance, those education that they needed. And many people did not get this education. And I asked my people, I asked some people at that time, I said, without you going to get those education, will you know when the enemy come? You probably will not know. Because if IPOB blow whistle, you might not know what that whistle means. You might not know what it means. But if you have come together under that big tree that is called IPOB, and IPOB teach you that if they blow this whistle, that it means lay down and sleep. You will know it. But if you did not come under that umbrella, under that mighty tree that is IPOB, you would not know that. Which means if IPOB blow whistle, you probably will be standing up. You don't know what is going on, while other people just lay down, and you'll be standing up. So IPOB, I define as a mighty tree. Ukwoji is the highest in our own communities. And I believe probably where you are, there might be a mightier tree than Ukwoji. That's IPOB. And mostly what these mighty trees does, they give shadow to the people of the community. And if you look at it, when the weather is hot, both animals, both the people of the community, they normally come to under that tree to be able to get fresh air, to get themselves relaxed. So, and that is what IPOB gave to Biafran people. Because IPOB, as a giant tree, have made our people to have hope. At least our people knows that whatever happened today, they will call IPOB. They will call IPOB. They say, where is IPOB? Right? That's one thing they will say. They'll say, where is IPOB? Where is IPOB? That's what our people will say. So I have defined, giving you numerous definition of IPOB today. The IPOB is the eye that our people used to see. Because if you look at it, if not for IPOB, how would you see the plans of our enemies? IPOB is that watchdog, the watchdog, the one that watches every time, looking with onyokometer, where's the enemy going? Where is it coming from? What is it doing today? That's the only IPOB that does that. And that is what Biafran people never have. Our people never have, we never have onyokometer. We never have watchdog. We never have it. There's nobody ever that have delegated their time in looking at where is the enemy coming from, when is he going to come, what is he doing now. No, nobody since after 1970. 67 to 70, Ojukwu was the watchdog, right? That is looking. But today, from after Ojukwu, there was no watchdog anymore. Nobody was the eye of Biafrans until IPOB came. IPOB became the watchdog, right, of Biafran people. So today, I'm just giving you my own definition of IPOB. You might have different definition. You can call on this WhatsApp and give me the definition how you want to define IPOB under Mazim Nnamdi Kanu. So that's the only IPOB that I have defined here. Apart from that, there's no other IPOB. IPOB trusted, tested, and indestructible. And look at it this way. The enemies of Biafran people, all their effort is focused on IPOB, right? Because the reason is just because IPOB is the only tree they know that can protect Biafra people. And that's why each time the whole enemy is just putting their weight to bring IPOB down, but they never succeed, right? They never succeed. So IPOB is the most peaceful organization in the whole world. And if you look at it, you see it that because IPOB is very peaceful, the enemies want to make it to show the world that IPOB is this, that, in order, why? To bring it down. Because if it's still, that giant tree is still standing, our people will have shelter, our people will be able to know, to have place to run to, our people will be protected, our people will have the watchdog, have life, have mouth to shout, because if IPOB shout once, it will echo the whole world. IPOB, our people will be able to have hand, and IPOB is their hand. So if IPOB rise up, our people will be helped in whichever walks of life, in whichever way, to feed them, to give them food, to wave away our enemies. IPOB is the only hand that can do that. Without IPOB, there is none. There's no other organization or there's no other person that will be able to do that for our people, right? IPOB is the only one that can be waving away enemies at the same time, feeding our people at the same time, shouting out, screaming at the same time, giving life, breathing at the same time. That is giving life to our people at the same time, walking at the same time. So IPOB is this giant organism. I think this definition fits IPOB as well, as a gigantic organism that's pretty much, I'm not sure if you can be able to define it, define IPOB completely. But if you can give me your definition today, we'll add it to this one. If you call the number on the screen, only WhatsApp, and then you give me your own definition of IPOB, what IPOB means to your own people, means to Biafrans, or means to your community where you live. I'm sure that IPOB must have mean one thing or the other to you or to your community. Because IPOB is known throughout the world. So, Ndi Igbo and Biafrans did not know what they have in IPOB. That's just one thing they didn't know. A lot of people didn't know. I know that a lot of Biafrans really know, but a lot of Biafrans did not also see how mighty this IPOB is. I don't think they get it. So that's why I decided to give these definitions. So by going through this definition, our people will be made aware that they have something that they never have in the past. They have something they never have before. They have something that they can build upon. So because I don't know, how will Biafran people have a foundation like IPOB, and then somebody will just come up and go start digging another foundation? Is it not craziness? If you do that, how will you even succeed? When you have a giant tree like IPOB that gives shadow to all Biafrans at the same time, and you wake up in the morning, you want to plant a new tree, when do you think that tree will grow? How many years do you think you are going to spend waiting for that tree you planted to grow? Our people will die before that. Like, I don't know if I will use die, but the enemies of our people will take over them before that your little tree will grow up to give our people the shadow that they needed. So if our people have sense in their, I know that our people have sense. They don't need a new foundation, and they don't need to plant a new tree. Since the platform is there already, that foundation is there already, you can just build your house on top of it. You finish immediately. Since the mighty tree is already standing, giving shadow to all Biafrans, you just need to support that tree, come under it, and take rest. You don't need to plant a new tree, because if you plant a new tree, is it going to grow in 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 4 years, 5 years? It's going to take forever, and it's not going to grow to give our people the shelter that they need. So, but because IPOB is the mighty tree, so our people can just use that as a shelter. But it's difficult for our people to do that. I don't know why. Just because our people are one of the most difficult people in this whole world. Our people seems like the only people you'll be saying this is the road, or if they are entering the bush and you're telling them, no, you are missing the road, this is road here, you can turn. They'll tell you they want to enter that bush and get lost. That's the characteristics of our people. And I hope it's going to change at some point. The one thing I said is, when our people, there is a stage that our people will suffer from the hands of their enemies, they are going to change overnight. I think this suffering has not reached them to the point that it's supposed to reach in order to bring their brain to wrap around what they have. Because if that suffering has touched them, really, he's touching them. He's touching them. I can't tell you it's not touching them. But do you know what? Our people have long suffering, and that kills me. Our people are dying. Our people are being devastated. The whole Biafra land is devastated without road, no electricity, no water supply, no school, no any form of amenities, no hospital, nothing. There's nothing there. But that will be our talk for another day. And I will be able to give you some of my ideas, which I already have earlier made those videos, but I'm going to redo those videos and give you more insight and actually allow our people to also get their contributions about that. the devastation of our people in Biafra land. But still, kind of, I don't know what is holding them. Mostly foreign religion is holding them, because most of the region they are occupied in is going maybe five midnight prayer, or what they call it, day and night. What they call it, night vigil. Yeah, night vigil. They have most of this religion. They are foreign religions. They have goes to night vigil 5 times in a week. I find out they're pretty much occupied inside their long suffering, and they will just suffer and pass. And they refuse. There's nobody kind of teaching them that, look, you have a giant tree that can give you life. You have IPOB that can protect you. You have IPOB you can use to see. You have IPOB you can use to breathe. You have IPOB that you can use to talk. You have IPOB that you can use to bank your money. You have IPOB that you can use to walk to anywhere in the world. No one is telling them all this, right? They don't, like those people leading them in those foreign religions, they don't bring this knowledge to them. They don't bring the knowledge to them. And you know, our people is perishing because of lack of this knowledge. But I hope they will see this, they will listen to this, my definitions, and know that they have something that no community, no other place in this world have. They have IPOB under Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, tried, tested, indestructible, that is mightier than any giant tree that can give them protection, give them life, give them sight, give them breath, give them expression, give them security, and give them movement. So if our people knows all this, I don't know if they're going to start going to plant a new tree to grow it. It will be a waste of time, right? So the number is on the screen. You can, I think I have covered most of my own definitions. If you have any definition that you can give to explain to our people what you think about IPOB, what IPOB means to your own people, means to Biafrans, you can call in on that number and tell the world what you think, what IPOB is. The definition of IPOB, I know many people will define IPOB as the indigenous people of Biafra, right? That's the most definition that I get. And that's why I said, let me come and give this, and give our people this insight that they didn't have. Because I'm sure that this insight, our people did not have it. Our people did not have it. Most people see IPOB as just organization. Yeah, IPOB, it's not just organization. IPOB is bigger than organization. The highest organization in the whole world. I don't know how you're going to define that. There's no proper definition to give IPOB. IPOB, it's like when you're defining it, more definitions will be coming. But we still have chance, and if we don't get anybody, I'm going to play some music to get us gingered a little bit again. And if we get anybody who wants to define it, we will. But let's give let's play this one, and because that's the person that created this organization, create IPOB. I'm so sorry. He's the Ohamadike, the only king that says he's going to talk for his people, he's going to protect his people, he's not going to let his people down. The only king that all the difficulties of Biafra touched him. He was the only person that was able to create this mega organization to protect our people. Anyway, let's make sure you share this movie so that it will get to our people to get the perfect definition of IPOB. But if you have your own definition, call in. If you have your own definition, call and give your definition. I hope the number is clear on the screen. +1 440 +1 905 440 6828. That's the number. Colombia. +1 905 440 6828. You can call and give your destination. Oh, God. Never forget to share. This is our own. We can tell our story by ourselves. I am live on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitter. Go to according. Yeah, we have given definitions of IPOB today because I feel that our people did not understand what IPOB means. You can give your own by calling in. Go to according. Don't try it. You can call and give your own definition of IPOB. WhatsApp only. I am live in Twitter, Facebook, and YouTube. Go to according. If you want to define Biafra IPOB, I'm sorry. Come and tell us what IPOB means to you, to Biafran people. What do you think IPOB is? Because a lot of people don't understand it. And that's why they keep on going to plant a new tree when there's already a big one. Okay, can I point? Oh, gee.
This message is specifically for
wait.
The real estate market is hot. You already know that. But what almost nobody knows.
Okay. Okay. Ka anyị nukwu nke a dị n'anya. I want to enwezi onye kpọrọ. Once we finish playing this one. Anyụ ike. Anyị kpọcha nke onwezi onye kpọrọ inye anyị definition ihe IPOB mean to ndị Biafra to ndị Igbo. Then anyị eweta nzukọ anyị na njedebe. Mana nọmba dị na screen. I want to mark it in my but let me. Okay. I think you can read it on the screen there. It's there. 1905-440-6828. WhatsApp. Ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike. Ọ ma na-etu a ka esi eji anya ike, right? You hold anya ike like this. This one will be one uncle. And I don't know no my uncle. Uncle Slike. And only IPOB. That's another division of IPOB, right? Anike. Now one Uncle Slike. I'm not going to cheer for a good of Biafrans. They will hear much proud of around. But I still enjoy giving this definition today. Make sure you share it so that when they wake up, they will get the correct definition of IPOB. And if you want to call to give us your own definition of IPOB, the line is there. You can call in. You can see the line on the screen. It will come out. It's going round and round.
Nigeria knows enough for that. Nigeria no na fukutata. Makabatori kwaduku Biafra. Arianya na rotuku. Manara profa wejebe na China. Biafra banike. Ona wanko galaga. Adesi bobongo. Achuku nyelani anaka.
Ona wanko silike. Yeah. Banco Slike. What's that called? What's that called?
Nigeria la polionica. Macanodi na Libya. That's about the just China. The America go them walk. You don't need our buzzy love. America and China they don't walk over. Who move on nothing on. And I think you nothing. Onye yali mbanye kachi ekuru nenu. Obanyezi eno na fufu. Ibu nuje bigoni na. Ugo yali balumu Biafra. Matata chukwu agozigani.
Chukwu agozigo ndị Biafra. Ndị Igbo Chukwu agozigo unu.
ese nkotoko nyilu enye jizi anyị ike Biafra wee bịa wee wazie ndụ ndị Naịjirịa pịata oke n'ọsọ ngwere n'ọsọ ife niile zoro ezo apụta gị ife mana anyị ga-ana nna maka Biafra bụ nke m Biafra bụ anyị ike ka ọ bụ nwanne m ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike anyị na-ebi ife kara aka Biafra bụ anyị obodo niile dị n'ụwa niile ya ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
obodo niile
Biafra bụ anyị ka anyị dozie obodo anyị ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike ọ na-awa nkụ kara aka Biafra bụ anyị awago okwu ndị Naịjirịa ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike agbalị mbọ ka ebe ebe n'udo Biafra bụ anyị mana bajụla ajụ ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike ewejebụrụ ụkwụ Biafra bụ anyị na-akụ ụfọdụ nọ n'afọ ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike ịbụ na be Lego Naija Biafra bụ anyị Biafra ga-amazi ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike ụmụ Chineke ndị ọma Biafra bụ anyị ibe abegbu abala nze ọ na-awa nkụsiri ike
otu a ka ọ dị
ka njebe achala kwudo odo
ụmụnne m unu emeela una don do ịgbara nwere definition I chefuru. Let me give you this last definition before this is Obishi Media. I get with our story by ourselves. I will not be allowing other people to be telling our own story. I will be telling it about ourselves. But let me give you the another definition that I probably didn't include in the ones I gave you before. At least I'll use this one to close this segment of knowledge today. IPOB is the think tank of Biafran people, of Igbo. IPOB is what? The think tank of Igbo. Without IPOB, who is thinking for Igbo? Tell me. Maybe you have one organization, two organizations, yes, but you cannot have the brain that you have in IPOB in anywhere else in Biafra land or Igbo. You will not get the think tank, the people that are concentrated only to think about the well-being of Biafran people, Igbo. The only brain that think for Igbo. So we have covered so many definitions today. If you have another definition, you can put it in the comment section. Go ahead and give us your definition of IPOB. The most common one is, you will tell us, is indigenous people of Biafra. Yes. A lot of people also don't know it. Even if you want to define that, fine. But give us from your own personal knowledge, from what you have seen IPOB doing, or how you see IPOB, you'll be able to bring out definition that represent your thought. You can put it in the comment section so that our people will be able to understand what IPOB means to them, so that they don't keep running around looking for help when they have a helper. So make sure you spread this good news to all our people, especially Igbo Biafrans. That's the especially. But the whole Biafra land should get this because it's in English. I put it in English purposely in order to cover the whole land of Biafra. Everybody should be able to benefit, even to our brothers in Benue, and even to our Dudua brothers, so that they will also be able to see at the definition of IPOB, they will be able to define their own organizations. It will help them to also give us what they think about our organization, about IPOB as well. They can also give us their own definition of IPOB. So ensure you share widely so that our people wake up in the morning and at least get this knowledge that you get today. I thank you very much, and you have a great day, and make sure you don't forget to share it. Thank you. Thank you.